Welcome to AGORACOM, the Small Cap Epicenter and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press releases out of the small cap world every morning at the open so you can hopefully profit from them and maybe even find your next great small cap investment. It's Monday, May the 26th, Memorial Day weekend in the United States. U.S. markets are closed. Want to wish all our U.S. friends and members a great and safe long weekend. Nonetheless, we do have 4 great press releases for you from both sides of the border, believe it or not, because we picked one up on Friday after the close, plus 3 stock halts. Let's get straight to them. First, China Energy Recovery, trading on the OTC in the U.S. under CGYV. They put out this news Friday at 5 o'clock, but we found it definitely newsworthy. They announced 2008 first quarter results for their fully owned, 100% owned subsidiary, Poised Profit. Now, why is this important? It looks like the company just completed a reverse merger with Poised Profit because China Energy Recovery actually put out their Q back on March 31st. They're putting out another one for this company. So make sure you take a look at the terms of a reverse merger. Nonetheless, some great numbers here for Poised. Sales, $4.18 million. That's an increase of 106%. Profit, or net income, $712,000. Nice numbers there. What does the company do? CER is an international leader in energy recovery systems with a primary focus on the Chinese market. You know how much we love these up-and-coming Chinese small-cap companies. Their technology captures industrial waste energy to produce low-cost electrical power, enabling industrial manufacturers to reduce their energy costs, shrink their emission footprints, and generate sellable emissions credits. This is something we've seen going on in North America for quite a while. No surprise going on in China. So take a close look at China Energy Recovery and make sure you take a close look at those reverse merger details. The company closed on Friday at $12.50. I suspect that's a high number because they just completed the reverse merger, so you've got to be cautious about that price tag, but the fundamentals do speak for themselves. Next up, switching over to the venture exchange in Canada, Conspace Communications trades on the venture under CCB. This is an AGORACOM client. They announced both their third quarter and their full 9-month numbers. As always, I'm going to go to the full 9-month numbers because it gives you a more comprehensive outlook here. Sales, just over $7 million, just a touch. That's up 48.5%. Net loss, $509,000 or 3 cents per share. Now, exchange, as you know, the Canadian dollar has been significantly stronger versus the U.S. dollar. The company states, had it not been for the increase in value of the Canadian dollar, the increase in sales would have been significantly higher. Gross profit improved to $3.26 million. That's a 46.5% of sales. That's way up from $1.95 million gross profit for the same period last year. Now, commenting on the exchange rate, Gord Cook, president of Conspace, our year-to-date performance runs below acceptable levels. However, we have taken measures that counter the negative impact of unfavorable exchange rates and slow down in government grant money sales in the U.S. The company closed on Friday at 25 cents. Next up, Explora Resources trades on the venture exchange under the stock symbol EXO. They announced they've intercepted copper gold in the new explored Pirata zone. Keep that in mind. This is at their project in Chile. The intercepts include, listen to this number, 102 meters of 0.46% copper. The company says that they continue to intersect significant copper-gold mineralization outside of the resource area in its 30,000-meter Phase 3 drilling program at the El Espino Venus project in Chile. The most recent assay results received, which we're going to talk about below, are again from the Pirata zone, which until now has not been systematically drilled. Here are some of the highlights. The headline number came out of hole 226, 102 meters of 0.46% copper, 0.26 grams per ton of gold. Included in there, 28 meters, 1.02% copper, 0.44 grams per ton of gold, and 6 meters of 2.68% copper, 1.24 grams per ton of gold. Big numbers there. Also, hole 182, 18 meters, 0.57% copper, 0.22 grams per ton of gold. Here's what we found interesting about this story. The Pirata zone is centered on an old copper oxide, open pit working, and an old underground gold mine. Great place to be, as you can imagine. Drilling so far it's only recently commenced, and they've already discovered a substantial zone of copper-gold mineralization. Any resource developed in the newly defined Parado zone will be in addition to the mineral resource estimate defined to date. That's a quote from David O'Connor, CEO of Explorator. And what is that mineral resource to date? On February 27th, they put out these numbers. It's a 43101 compliant resource estimate, 11.7 million tons of 0.64% copper, 0.18 grams per ton of gold. That's indicated on the inferred resources side. 88.7 million tons at 0.61% copper and 0.19 grams per ton of gold. Nice numbers there. All of the holes from the press releases are outside of the area of the announced 43101 mineral resource estimate. Closed on Friday at 61 cents. Great news out of Explorator. And finally, Blackstone Ventures trades on the venture into BLV. They're reporting near-surface nickel intersections. This is at their Dalen target in Norway. These are additional assay results, including 55.5 meters grading 0.4% nickel and 0.16% copper. The Dalen target is the second of two newly recognized bulk tonnage targets. This is at the Espelada nickel project, where they also recently reported 0.31% nickel, 0.12% copper, over 117.4 meters. Big numbers there. Take a look at their press release on May the 15th. I've got a quote, a lot of drill results in this press release, so as always, go take a look at them. Nice numbers. I've got a quote here from the CEO of Blackstone, Dan McEachern, kind of summarizing what he says. Recent results confirm bulk tonnage potential for the Dalen area. With the limited amount of drilling we've done to date, we've already defined a sizable near-surface body of mineralization. The company closed on Friday at 48 cents. Let's go with some stock halts for you. First up, Nortec Ventures trades on the venture exchange under NVT, halted at 9:05 this morning pending news. Asia Now Resources trades on the venture under NOW, halted at 9 o'clock this morning pending news. And finally, Sandpoint Capital, SPC on the TSX Venture. That's one of those capital pool corporations, halted at 9:05 pending news. That may be announcing their qualifying transaction. So go take a look at those three stock halts as well. That's a wrap for the day. As always, if you look for more great small cap companies to find for your portfolio, don't forget about the AGORACOM marketplace. Over 90 companies now listed by industry and exchange with great summary descriptions, so you can quickly find the ones that are best suited for your portfolio needs. Again, to all our friends in the U.S., have a fantastic Memorial Day. Hope you had a great weekend. Markets are going to be slow in Canada as expected. Nonetheless, we're reporting, and we'll see you tomorrow when no doubt we'll have a flood of new news for you. Until then, have a great day. Talk to you soon.